Juanita was just starting the graveyard shift in the General Hospital in Ciudad Juarez when the loud sounds and the bright lights of an ambulance came rushing in. A young woman was being stretchered along the hallways of the medical facilities. Juanita was assigned to prepare her for medical attention. When she walked into the ER room, she saw a young woman crying desperately. Juanita, in an effort to comfort her, asked her what happened. The story that she was about to hear is one of Mexico's most popular urban legends. Uy, cucuy, welcome back to the Mexighost Tales. I am your host, Danny Chavez, here to bring you another Mexican urban legend. And that is all we talk about here in this channel. So if this type of content is what you're looking for, please hit the subscribe button, leave a like, share the video. Most importantly, let me know if you have a ghost story that you would like to share and probably be featured here in this channel. Drop us a line or two. You can also find us in Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook as the Mexighost. For this one, we are going to visit my hometown of Ciudad Juarez, a place well known, unfortunately, for some other reasons, but we'll leave that for another time. In the late 70s, all the way to the mid 90s, Ciudad Juarez was packed with nightclubs. They were all over the city. They were the kind of places where young people could dance the night away. These clubs were so popular at its time that attracted 18-year-olds from El Paso, Texas, just across the border. If you were 18 at the time, you could go and just get your drink on and do whatever at the nightclubs in Mexico. 19-year-old Mercedes came from a very religious family. Her parents were very conservative of the Catholic values, and they were very strict with their children. Mercedes was a very beautiful young woman with a kind spirit and very joyful. And one of the things that Mercedes enjoyed the most was dancing. Every now and then, Mercedes would sneak out of her bedroom window at night to go out with her friends to these nightclubs and just have a good time dancing. They would laugh and meet new people. However, soon her parents would learn of Mercedes' escapades and would put an abrupt end to her nightly getaways. They installed metal bars in the window. This would prevent Mercedes from sneaking out at night. One time, it was Good Friday back in 1988. Mercedes' family was invited by the church to attend a retreat for the Easter celebrations. The retreat would be held for a couple of days, and they decided they would attend. Mercedes was still upset at her parents. She thought to herself, how could they? I did not dishonor my family. And she said, I want to dance so much that I would dance with the devil himself if he appeared. And that was the last thought that came through her mind. All of a sudden, her parents left the home, giving her a stern warning. Mercedes, es Viernes Santo. Do not leave this house to go to these hellholes. Mercedes paused for a second. She never in her entire life had been left behind to do as she pleased. And like any other 19-year-old, Mercedes would do the exact opposite of what she was told. It was roughly 8 p.m. and sure enough, her friends went to pick her up so they could start their adventure. They bar hopped for a bit till they finally decided to stay at a nightclub called Los Globos, which was very popular amongst the locals. Even though it was not on the strip, it was well known. Soon, Mercedes and her friends started dancing the night away, having a few drinks here and there, and just, having a good time. All of a sudden, a very tall figure approached Mercedes. His skin was white, he had blue eyes, light brown hair. Sounds like I'm describing a white dude, but That's how the legend goes. So I'm sorry, don't blame it on me. With his deep and sensual voice, he asked Mercedes, "May I have this piece?" Extending his hand, and she felt flattered by the proposal. There he was, a very handsome man, the man that caught everyone's attention, not only because of the physical attributes that I just described, but because of the elegant suit that he was wearing and the way he walked and the finesse of his mannerisms. Mercedes started dancing with the mysterious man. She had never danced with a partner like that. As they continued to dance, song after song, Mercedes started to feel the room temperature was elevating. She figured that it was maybe because she was dancing a lot and, they were starting to get a little bit closer and closer all the time. But the temperature kept increasing. Mercedes thought to herself, "He makes me feel like I'm dancing in the air." And dancing in the air, indeed they were. Mercedes, off the corner of her eye, saw people started running and screaming out of the place. The heat increased as her dance partner held her close, and then Mercedes let out a terrible scream. She felt a burning sensation on her back. She looked at the man's feet and noticed they were floating over the dance floor. And then, there it was. Looking at the man's feet, she saw one of them was a rooster feet and the other one belonged to a goat. Then she looked back at the man's face and saw his red burning eyes and how his face started deforming and turning into a demonic face. The mystery man had finally revealed his identity. "You said you would dance with me, didn't you?" Mercedes found herself crashing down the floor and fainting. Two large wings came out of the man's back as he flew away from the place that was engulfed in flames. A waiter saw this and was able to get Mercedes out without further injuries. The legend is told in different towns all around Mexico. It is said that the parents of unruly youngsters would recount this story to discourage them from going to places that they didn't want them to. However, Juanita, the nurse, recalls vividly attending the hand-shaped burns on the back of Mercedes, who lives in a mental institution. The staff has said that every now and then they watch as Mercedes dances in the hallways, and even a few of them have claimed to have seen her floating in the air as she continues to dance with her eternal dance partner. And this is the end of another Mexican urban legend. I hope you liked it. If you did, please remember to leave a like, leave me your comments. I will definitely get to them. And please subscribe to the channel. That will help us a lot. Again, you can find us on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook as the Mexighost. And we'll see you on the next one to explore another chapter of Mexico's other history.
Y celebraremos una gran fiesta mexicana juntos.
¿De qué fiesta hablas?
Noviembre 2.
¿Y qué celebran?
A los muertos.